there! Welcome to my channel. I'm here to share with you a story of love, deceit, and power dynamics. A personal assistant finds herself in a unique situation when her boss asks her to date his daughter. Will she agree to this unusual request? Let's find out. The story begins with a young woman named Olivia, who recently took a job as a personal assistant at a prestigious corporate firm. She was excited about the opportunity to work in a high-powered environment and learn from the best. However, she soon realized that the job was more demanding than she had anticipated. Not only did she have to answer countless emails and make coffee runs, but she was also expected to handle a wide range of other tasks, some of which were outside of her job description. One evening, Olivia was working late in her boss's office when he pulled her aside and asked her for a favor. He explained that his daughter, whom he hadn't seen in years, had recently moved back to town, and he was worried that she was becoming too much of a recluse. He asked Olivia if she would be willing to go on a date with his daughter in an effort to get her back out into the world. Olivia was shocked by the request, but before she could respond, her boss continued. He told her that he knew it might seem strange, but he was willing to pay her a generous sum of money for her time. He insisted that it was just a matter of taking his daughter out for dinner and showing her a good time. Nothing more. Olivia was torn. On one hand, she really needed the money. She was struggling to make ends meet, and her finances were in a downward spiral. On the other hand, she was uncomfortable with the idea of dating her boss's daughter, and she was unsure if she could keep up the charade of a romantic relationship. Despite her reservations, Olivia ultimately agreed to her boss's request. She felt guilty about deceiving his daughter, but she knew that she needed the money too much to pass up. The next day, Olivia went out on a date with her boss's daughter, who she learned was named Emma. Emma was beautiful and intelligent, and Olivia couldn't help but feel a sense of admiration for her. Despite the awkwardness of their first date, Olivia agreed to see Emma again, and soon the two women were spending much of their time together. Olivia tried to do as her boss had asked and act like a good influence on Emma, taking her to museums, art galleries, and other cultural events. But as the weeks went on, she began to feel like she was more than just a hired companion. She genuinely enjoyed Emma's company and found herself growing closer to her than she ever had with anyone else. Meanwhile, Olivia's boss continued to pay her for her time with Emma, dropping off envelopes of cash on her doorstep with little notes attached that said things like, "Good job," or "Keep up the good work." While the money was certainly appreciated, Olivia couldn't help but feel a sense of shame about the situation. She knew that she was being paid to be with Emma, and she was unsure if their relationship was genuine or simply a product of her boss's manipulation. As Olivia's feelings for Emma grew stronger, she began to resent her boss for using her as a pawn in his plan to control his daughter's life. She wanted to tell Emma the truth about their relationship, but she was afraid of losing her friend and the generous paycheck that came with the territory. Olivia felt trapped and unsure of what to do. She loved Emma and didn't want to hurt her, but she also needed the money and didn't know how to get out of her current situation without causing pain. One day, Olivia decided to confront her boss and tell him that she couldn't take his money anymore. She felt guilty about what she was doing and didn't want to be a part of it any longer. Her boss was surprised by her decision, but he tried to persuade her to continue on with the arrangement. He offered her more money and promised to make sure that Emma knew how much she was appreciated. But Olivia stood firm, insisting that she couldn't keep up the charade any longer. As Olivia walked away from her boss's office, she couldn't help but feel a sense of pride. She knew that she was doing the right thing, but she was also nervous about what would happen next. would Emma find out the truth about their relationship? How would her boss react to her decision? Olivia had no idea what the future held, but she was determined to face whatever challenges lay ahead with honesty and integrity. In the meantime, she decided to focus on a relationship with Emma and see where it would lead. Olivia continued to spend time with Emma, taking her on hikes, bike rides, and romantic dinners. They talked for hours about their dreams, fears, and everything in between. And Olivia found herself falling in love with Emma more and more each day. However, Olivia's past with her boss loomed over their relationship like a dark cloud. She couldn't help but wonder if Emma knew the truth about their relationship, and if so, what she thought about it. One day, Olivia decided to come clean and tell Emma everything. She was nervous, but she knew that it was important to be honest with the woman she loved. To her surprise, Emma reacted with understanding and compassion. She told Olivia that she had already guessed the truth about their relationship and that she appreciated Olivia's honesty. Emma admitted that she had been seeing Olivia as more than just a friend for some time, but she had been too afraid to say anything. Together, they decided to move forward in their relationship as a couple, no longer hiding in the shadows of Olivia's boss's manipulative ways. News of Olivia and Emma's relationship quickly spread through the office, and Olivia's boss was furious. He called her into his office and demanded an explanation. Olivia stood up for herself, and Emma, telling her boss that she was tired of being treated like a pawn in his game. She informed him that she wouldn't be taking his money anymore, and that she and Emma intended to make their relationship public. Her boss was stunned by Olivia's bravery. He hadn't anticipated that she would stand up to him and challenge his authority. In that moment, he realized that he had made a mistake. He shouldn't have tried to manipulate his daughter's life. And he certainly hadn't expected his employee to turn on him. In the end, Olivia's boss apologized for his behavior and promised to try to be a better father to Emma. He gave Olivia a generous severance package and wished her and Emma all the best. As Olivia and Emma walked away from her boss's office, hand in hand, they couldn't help but feel a sense of triumph. They had won against all odds, and they knew that their love for each other was strong enough to overcome any challenge. From that day forward, Olivia and Emma's relationship flourished. They bought a house in the suburbs, adopted a rescue dog, and started planning their future together. Olivia no longer had to worry about making coffee runs or answering emails. She was too busy being a loving partner and living her best life. She often thought back to the day she had been hired by her boss to date his daughter, and could even believe how lucky she was that it all worked out in the end. And that is the end of our story. Do you think Olivia made the right decision by breaking up with her boss's daughter? Why or why not? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. And if you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.